now we move on to the co-main event of IFT Season 3, Pakistan versus India. Representing Team India, ख़वातीन और हज़रात, आपकी बहुत सारी तालियों में please welcome Pardeep Huda.
From Haryana, India, on your screens right now is Pardeep Huda, the Hungry Wolf. He's going to be taking on Rafiq Afridi in the co-main event right now. This fight is happening in the Bantamweight division. Pardeep Huda, ladies and gentlemen, started his MMA.
जय बाबा की भाई सारा ने मैं प्रदीप हुड्डा फ्रॉम इंडिया और मैं आया हूँ पाकिस्तान IFT 3 खेलने। इस फाइट का बहुत टाइम से इंतज़ार था और आप सब देखियो भाई, मज़ा होगा फाइट में। बाकी जय बाबा की सब ना।
Representing Team Pakistan, please welcome Rafiq Afridi.
They call him the finisher because that's just how he fights. He fights in an exciting manner, in a manner befitting the name the finisher. He's always trying to find ways to win. He's so crafty, so evasive, and just so sneaky with his submissions. Rafiq Afridi has turned himself undoubtedly into a legacy fighter, into somebody who is always trying his best to leave a statement as he tries to get gold tonight at IFT. Rafiq Afridi has been a staple at IFT 1, at IFT 2, at Legacy Fight Series, and any event that will give him a fight. Rafiq Afridi has always come out and over-delivered. This is the guy you want to put on the top of your card to sell some tickets, move some numbers, generate some interest, and most importantly, get some highlight reels. This is the finisher, and you are about to be in for a treat.
Rafiq Afridi is one of the more active fighters in professional Pakistan mixed martial arts.
زما نام محمد رفیق افریدی را او زما چې تاسو ته بدر زما فایټ را روان دی د انډیا سره کومین ایونت فایټ میرا ټایټل فایټ دی ان شاء الله الحمدلله تیارې مو ته ښه تیارې کړې دی الحمدلله کوچ زموږ سره ښه ډېر دي ځکه چې باکسینګ کوچ شادالله استاد سره تللی یم هلته هم ټریننګ کړی او کیک باکسینګ نجم استاد زموږ خپل کوچ همایون استاد دی او انشاءالله تعالی زه به خپله کارګردګي درته ښیم او ښه فایټ به کوم انشاءالله ستاسو خوښېږي.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening, and it is 3 rounds of MMA action for the IFT Bantamweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner with an MMA record of 4 wins, 2 losses, no draws. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, official weight 60.9 kilograms. He represents Kingdom of Fighters and fights out of Haryana, India. The Hungry Wolf, Pardeep Huda. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with an MMA record of 9 wins, 2 losses. losses, no draws. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. The official weight 61 kilograms. He represents SAG MMA and fights out of Peshawar, Pakistan. Rafiq, the finisher, Afridi. Your referee in charge of the ring, Vice President of IFT, Osama Mehboobavan.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the co-main event of the evening for the International Fighting Tournament 3. The belt is on the line, the championship belt. For the bantamweight category, this is Rafiq Afridi versus Pardeep Huda. The finisher and the Hungry Wolf will face off tonight as referee Osama Mehboob will call a start to the action. And here we are, the co-main event is underway.
The inaugural IFT championship, the first time International Fighting Tournament has introduced a championship, appropriately so, for one of their mainstays, the bantamweight king of IFT, Rafiq Afridi. We've seen him put on great performance after great performance, but you know Pardeep Huda is here to play as well. Rafiq showing him some looks.
Pardeep Huda likes to throw these looping uppercuts whenever his opponents come in. So Rafiq Afridi, if he's looking for a takedown, he needs to watch out for that. And Pardeep Huda is doing a nice job of staying on the outside, but Rafiq Afridi, a moment of error, capitalizes on it and ends up on top of Pardeep Huda. Pardeep Huda staying calm here. And let's see how he will deal with the pressure of Rafiq Afridi.
Rafiq, just so good in the grappling department. They call him the finisher. Most of his finishes are by submission. And look at that, he lets him back up, throws a knee as soon as Pardeep gets to his feet. Rafiq ducked under Pardeep's right straight and ducked so low, grabbed a hold of his legs, got the takedown, although Pardeep is back up now, so it's nullified, all things considered.
I think this is the first time we saw someone get back up after being on their back all night. Pardeep with a nice right. Just checks the cheek of Rafiq Afridi. Pardeep Huda with that wide stance. Trying to stay out of the range of those takedowns of Rafiq Afridi. I'm sure he studied the tape. I'm sure he knows how Rafiq Afridi fights and vice versa. Rafiq Afridi is talking to him.
These kicks have some malice behind them. Rafiq now grabbing a hold of the leg. And a takedown by the finisher. Vintage Rafiq Afridi. Pardeep, though, once again, so quick to get back up.
Yeah, beautiful work there by Pardeep Huda, getting back up on his feet and now attacking Rafiq Afridi with those knees. A knee to the head there by Rafiq Afridi.
Immediately goes for that pommel. But Pardeep has done a really good job of staying vertical, staying on his base on the feet and not being taken down and kept there by Rafiq. Pardeep showed him a look. Rafiq did react, but now Pardeep just has him tied up inside the ropes. Osama Mehboob trying to clear the ropes away so they can continue unadulterated.
Pardeep Huda doing a very nice job of putting pressure on Rafiq Afridi. I'm sure it's catching Rafiq Afridi by surprise here how he's being controlled by Pardeep Huda. Pardeep showing a very well-rounded game, very defensively sound. Oh, a mouth guard falls out of the mouth of Rafiq Afridi there. Both fighters doing very well here in the first round. Both trying to implement their own game. Both with pressures of their own.
Rafiq is really balanced in his game, but right now you've seen the grappling work for him. Pardeep with a shot to the body, just wide. Inside leg kick does not land like Rafiq would have wanted it. So far, neither fighter has really been able to do much in the damage department. Rafiq, of course, getting a takedown, but apart from that, not much happening in this round. Pardeep does land a right straight and moves out of the way. Point scored for Pardeep Huda.
Pardeep Huda doing a very nice job with the use of his range there. He keeps his lower body away so that he's able to get away from those takedown attempts of Rafiq Afridi, and he keeps his upper body close to Rafiq Afridi so he can lunge in and land those right hands and those hooks. Notice how his lower body is more farther away than his upper body is from Rafiq Afridi. Rafiq having a tough job of keeping that mouth guard in.
Pardeep's shots, I mean, he might land a few of them as well, but he's really overextending. If Rafiq notices that, he can use his boxing background to really do some damage, but Pardeep, whenever he's throwing, is not throwing with that ill intent. Rafiq Afridi is always an entertaining fighter. Nice head kick there for the finisher.
That will be the end of the first round. Very eventful so far. Both fighters trying to apply their own types of pressure on their opponent. Rafiq Afridi took Pardeep Huda down twice, but twice Pardeep Huda was able to get back up on his feet, which is why I'm sure Rafiq Afridi's thinking, okay, I can take him down, but I can't keep him there, so what else I can do? And I'm sure that's what he's going to be going through with his corner. Pardeep Huda, on the other hand, doing well in the striking exchanges and very nice defensive wrestling. So it'll be really interesting to see how both of these corners are going to strategize a new plan going into the second round so they can adjust to whatever happened in the first round.
Round one in the books. Seems like Rafiq Afridi had the momentum edge going into the second round, but nonetheless, it is 3 rounds of action for the inaugural IFT Bantamweight Championship. The finisher and Pardeep Huda, the Hungry Wolf, here in your co-main event. Jab for Pardeep just wide. Strike exchange early. They felt each other out now. Good leg kick there by Rafiq. Rafiq working that inside leg kick as well, showing him the head kick. Pardeep throwing that right hand once again. No connection there. Once again, I mean, he's so wide open on the counter. Rafiq needs to make that read. Every time Pardeep throws that right straight, there's so much room for Rafiq to look for something. Big bang on the leg kick.
Pardeep Huda doing a nice job of keeping Rafiq Afridi on his heels. Rafiq Afridi, I'm sure, looking to time a takedown now. Pardeep Huda giving him trouble on the feet here. Pardeep Huda not willing to engage with Rafiq Afridi in a brawl. He's trying to stay out of range. And he's been doing that quite well so far.
I mean, it's been more or less a stalemate in the striking department. But I feel as if the fact that Pardeep Huda keeps being able to get back up just like that is giving Rafiq some second thoughts about whether the wrestling attack will work, and is definitely giving Pardeep some confidence in being able to get back up on his feet.
Rafiq Afridi also trying to stay just out of range of the strikes of Pardeep Huda and waiting for Pardeep Huda to make a mistake. Both fighters very tentative, not wanting to engage needlessly. Neither fighter taking any risks right now.
Yeah, a bit of a risk-averse fight on both ends. Rafiq's been looking for that opening. They call him Boxer Bhai back in Peshawar. Primarily for his heavy hands hands of stone. But we haven't seen a lot of that here. Definitely a reach disadvantage for Rafiq. He's been using the leg kicks and been trying to set up the wrestling. But Pardeep Huda is proving to be a bit of an even match for the finisher.
Thing is, Pardeep Huda started MMA with wrestling. So that's his strong suit, and we've seen how well he's been able to get back up on his feet whenever Rafiq Afridi has taken him down, and that is what I think has taken Rafiq Afridi by surprise. In the past few years, Pardeep Huda has been improving in his striking department, and he's been able to keep Rafiq Afridi at bay till now. But he is a wrestler by trade. Both of them are wrestlers, and both of them have hands. So like you said, Daniel, it seems to be more or less a stalemate so far.
Yeah, but Pardeep's walking him down in round 2. In the sense that maybe there's not too much damage, but it could be inevitable the way the fight's going. But Rafiq now shoots in, gets Pardeep Huda down. It's exactly what he needed at this point in the round, but let's see how long it'll take Pardeep, if at all, to be able to get up on his feet. That is what's going to be interesting at this point. Rafiq in half guard, has his head trapped. Not really any potential of a choke, but it's definitely discomfort. It's definitely annoying not to be able to move your head or posture up. Rafiq now trying to pass, but look at that. Pardeep Huda is able to use the control of Rafiq's neck to, if nothing else, at least get himself up on a relative vertical base. Pardeep's really smart defensively. But now Rafiq's doing a good job trying to trap at least one leg. Rafiq needs to stay composed here.
Yeah, a lot of wrestlers work really hard with the offensive wrestling, but not much on the defensive wrestling, which can really help you out when you're in really tough spots. And it's been working out for Pardeep Huda so far, because every time he has been taken down, some way or another, he's back on his feet. An impressive performance by both fighters. More so, I would say, for Pardeep Huda, the way he's able to keep Rafiq Afridi on his heels, keep him at bay, keep him guessing and thinking, not wanting to engage. You can clearly see that Rafiq Afridi is always waiting for Pardeep Huda to make a mistake or give him his leg with a low kick. He was able to catch that one and take him down, but behold, Pardeep Huda was back up on his feet again. So I'm just wondering, what are the corners saying now? Going into the third and final round, you don't want to leave it to the judges. It's a tough call. It could go either way. So let's see, going into the third and final round, whether either of these fighters are going to be willing to take risks to end the fight.
The finisher has finished a lot of his last few fights, but this could be one that goes the distance. Pardeep Huda has shown, unlike Rafiq's other opponents, even though they've been from Afghanistan and Iran, legacied countries with legacied wrestling and grappling acumen, Pardeep Huda has shown tonight that he is no slouch in the grappling department. That he's able to defensively stay in the fight with someone as crafty as the finisher. Third and final round. Rafiq Afridi and Pardeep Huda touch gloves. Rafiq with that kickboxing stance. He loves to have fun in there, Salman.
Rafiq Afridi looking more active now. Pardeep Huda doing more or less what he did in the first 2 rounds, staying outside the range, using his reach advantage to keep Rafiq Afridi at bay. And right now you're going to see Rafiq Afridi waiting for Pardeep Huda to make a mistake and maybe initiate a takedown.
Pardeep's starting to land here. He's starting to get some success with the hands. Pardeep might be behind on the scorecards too, so it's a matter of how much is he going to go for broke. Ducks under, does Rafiq though. And once again, similar position to round 2. Rafiq completes the takedown. but his neck is trapped. It's going to be a bit of a tough spot to be in if you are Pardeep Huda, but also a tough spot if you are Rafiq Afridi.
Most definitely, but Rafiq Afridi will get out and free his head. And this is a very dominant position for him and exactly where he wants Pardeep Huda to be. I mean, you just think if there was a fence, a cage behind Pardeep Huda, how better would he have been at getting back up on his feet? But even without it, he still does it yet again. Rafiq Afridi sticking to Pardeep Huda with that body lock, able to take him down again. And of course, these takedowns, even though Pardeep Huda keeps getting back up on his feet, they're going to look really good on the judges' scorecards for Rafiq Afridi.
Rafiq seems to be cruising his way to a unanimous potential championship victory, but Pardeep does have time to work. Pardeep's trying to grab a key lock on the left arm of Rafiq. Look at that. He's rolling the right way. Oh, that is a knee to a downed opponent. Not sure if it hit Pardeep in the face. Pardeep's continuing to fight though. Uchimata does not convert for the finisher.
Pardeep has to show some urgency now. Rafiq Afridi may as well be ahead on the judges' scorecards. Pardeep Huda has to go for broke. He has to give it his all. He has to engage. He has to close the distance. If you're in the third and final round of a championship bout and you're behind on the judges' scorecards, you have to engage. You have to take risks.
Shots to the head, shots to the body. Pardeep is trying to do just that, Salman. Go for broke. But it's tough to knock someone out who has a head of granite like Rafiq Afridi. If you just meet him without even, training with him, you'll know this man is hard as nails. And he gets a beautiful takedown and would want to keep Pardeep Huda right there and cruise his way to the first championship of his professional career and the 10th win of his professional career.
Rafiq Afridi staying on Pardeep Huda. Pardeep Huda still trying to manage to land some shots, taking in some deep breaths there is Pardeep Huda. The pressure of Rafiq Afridi getting to him now. He's trying to attack that left arm of Rafiq Afridi. Rafiq Afridi attempts to go into side control, but abandons ship. Pardeep Huda still attacking that left arm of Rafiq Afridi. Rafiq grabbing onto his own hand to try and negate that, but that looks deep.
That does look deep. Rafiq's left arm was in trouble, but immediately able to get out of it. For a second, it looked like Pardeep was about to commit highway robbery, the heist of the century, and go back to India with the title, but no sir. Rafiq Afridi is back up.
Back up on their feet, both fighters. Pardeep Huda has to just go for it. There's not much time left. He needs to mix it up. He needs to set them up. Rafiq Afridi fine with staying on the back foot and almost jogging away from Pardeep Huda. And that will be the end of the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, the finisher is finished. Lies flat on the canvas. In joy and exhaustion, as he so deserves. Rafiq Afridi against a very tough opponent in Pardeep Huda. Most certainly did his best to take the decision of this fight. He was able to take Pardeep Huda down multiple times, although Pardeep Huda did land some blows, did land in some nice shots on Rafiq Afridi. It seems like the takedowns, the amount of takedowns, I feel like it was more than 5 or 6 times he was able to take Pardeep Huda down, and that will account for something. That you add in the control time, It seems like this will be a Rafiq Afridi fight. Pardeep Huda did give it his all. He gave his max effort, but unfortunately, the pressure of Rafiq Afridi was too much for him tonight. And we will now make it official with the announcements with Daniel Nasser.
After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges scored this contest 30-27, 30-27, 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. And the new IFT Bantamweight Champion, the finisher, Rafiq Afridi!